Hey guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you stopped by and thanks for spending some time with me. I am working on, haven't done it in a while, some 12 by 12s. We are going to make something I saw over at Liz at the Paper Project. These were a lot of fun. They do take a little bit of practice. I've done two. I'm hoping that I can show you the two variations that I did. So it's got, this one's easier to see. So we'll look at this one first. It's got this little front part that you open up, and it's got a tuck on this side and a tuck on this side. And then you flip it open here, and it's got a little flippy piece. This page is open. And then for this one, it flips out, and there's another tuck here. Okay, and then it closes up, and then this is your front. All right, for this one, if you can follow along with me, here's your tucks on the inside of the front flap, and then when you open up, here's your flippy part, and then this is the tuck that was right here, and all I've done is folded this piece in. Oh, I folded that tuck on the wrong side. Oh well, we'll do it right when I show you. I folded this piece in and glued it down as a pocket. So this tuck and then this pocket, okay, instead of having this flip out. So we're going to do both variations real quick. We're going to go through one and then the other to reinforce the scoring. The scoring and the working with the papers is the part that threw me the most, as far as because we're going to work with two. You'll see what I mean. I don't know why I try to explain things without actually doing them. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to decide which way you want your book to go. So if you want your paper up and down this way, up and down this way, because you will be able to see both sides. So this is a double-sided project, or you can do whatever you want to treat your paper. If you don't mind the white and you just want to decorate it, that's fine too. So you need to decide the direction you want your paper to go, and then you need to turn it 90 degrees and cut it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is cut it in half. If there is something on one of the pieces that you specifically like more than the other, and you want it to be highlighted or whatever, I haven't figured out anything. Mine have been repeating pattern papers, so I haven't tried to figure out how to make like a focal point or anything on a piece of paper fit in a specific spot, and unless it's in a specific spot on the paper, I don't know if you can. So we have our two pieces of paper. You're going to take one of these pieces of paper, and before we start all the scoring, we're going to cut one of them. So we have a 6 by 12, and we're going to make this one 6 by 9.5. Okay, so we're going to cut this one to 9.5. I figure this is just get all the cutting out of the way, and then we'll get the scoreboard out and do all the scoring, and then we'll put the book together. Sound good? So we're at 10, we go to 9.5, and we cut this piece off. We are going to use it. It makes the little flippy bit that sticks up in the book. Okay, so I'm going to do that like that. Okay, and to make my paper 12 by 12, I don't know if you can see that, but the little dotted line, sorry, I'm working off center, so I lifted that up to not the camera. The little dotted line right there, I couldn't cut on it because it made my paper, it would make my paper too small. So we're going to turn those around. All right, let's get out the scoreboard and we'll score the pieces. Let's see if I can remember the numbers. Here's the challenge, guys. I don't want to tell you wrong, so I'm hoping that I remember. All right, so for the long piece, this is going to be the outside of my book, okay? Actually, yeah, that's going to be the outside of my book. So you want to flip the outside to the outside, and then you're going to score your paper. Sorry, that took me a second. We're going to score at 2.5. 2.5. I'm thinking, because now I'm doing this from memory, and I've only made the 2 that you saw. And I had her video one at the time I made them. So I did 1 with her, and then I tried to do 1 from memory, and now I'm doing them with you. So then, okay, so 2.5, 7, and 10.25. Okay, those are the 3 scores on your 6 by 12 piece. 2.5, 7, and 10.25. Okay, we're going to take this piece off and lay it off to the side. Now we're going to take the 9.5 inch piece. And we're going to lay the outside out. I'm going to score this one at 4. Okay. And at 7.5. So on your 9 by 6 inch piece, or 9.5 by 6 inches, sorry. On your 9.5 by 6 inch piece, you're scoring at 4 and at 7.5. Okay, we're going to set that piece aside. Now on our little flippy piece that we made, we're going to score this at 1/2 inch. I apologize for any noise you hear from upstairs. My kids are home upstairs playing video games and whatnot. It is the weekend. Okay, I'm going to take my scoreboard and put it away for this first one. I'm done with it. We'll get it back out when we do the second one. All right, now she went ahead and folded all of her scores. Just make sure you get them lined up properly. And just crease your score lines. Okay. We're going to crease all my score lines. Get this taken care of, and then we can, I'm not hard creasing. I'm just bending them at the folds so that I can start, first of all, so I can see what I'm doing. And second of all, so that I can, I know where everything is, kind of. It helps me mark my place, but it gets us started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take, okay, these are all our pieces. So we've got our 9.5 inch piece, 12 inch piece. We're going to take the 12 inch piece, and this side over here, you've got one end that's got a 2.5 inch flap, and you've got one end that's got a 1 3/4 inch flap. The 1 3/4 inch flap, you're going to fold it in, and you're going to fold this back. Okay, so we're going to fold the 1 3/4 inch flap back. Oh, I need to be working from the inside of my book. Sorry. Keep your inside. I get confused. She did it on white, one-sided. So she had a white page facing up at her all the time. I am doing it on double-sided paper, and it keeps confusing me. You are going to flip it this way, because this is the outside of my book. So I'm going to flip the inside. I'm going to flip this flap out this way. Okay? So this is still the outside of my book. Does that make sense? Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you. So we're going to do this. And this is going to be a tuck. Hang on just a second. Sorry about that, guys. I was upstairs doing stuff and left my corner punch upstairs, and I want to punch my corners on this one. I didn't on the prototypes, or my practice ones, but I'm going to do it on this one. Sorry if you've been listening to my dryer, by the way. Like I said, it's the weekend, and my kids are doing their laundry and getting everything ready for the week. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to clip these corners. This is an extra step. It's not a necessary step, obviously. And we're going to fold this tuck back. So this was our, on the 12 on the 6x12 sheet, this is our 10 1/4 that we're folding back. I guess since I picked this to be the outside, we're folding this to the quote-unquote outside of the book. It's not going to be on the outside of the book, but that's where we're folding it to. And I'm probably confusing you, but... So we're going to put that down. And that makes our little tuck. Okay, so we have a tuck there. Now, this piece is also going to be a tuck. I'm going to fold it back this way. But there's a couple things we need to do. First of all, you're going to turn this so that the your 4-inch score is your first one, right? And then your 7.5. So the same way you scored it. You're going to turn it the same way you scored it. Okay? And what I'm going to do is this is going to go here. Like that. That's how we're attaching this. But first, I want to attach this. Now, when you have this in here, like this. Nope, I want to attach it the other way then. I think. So, like that. Right? And that way when I attach it in here and this folds down, no, I had it right the first time. We're going to attach it this way. And that way when you fold it this way, it's different, and when you fold it that way, it's different. Yeah? Okay. Anyway, sorry. I'm not trying to confuse you. So we're going to take this little flap that we have on the small 2.5-inch piece that we took off, and we scored it at at 1/2 inch. So we're going to glue it down by its little 1/2-inch flap, right? Make sure that is in the fold, and then I'm going to press that down. Make sure it's in there good. Okay, and then this makes our little flappy piece. Okay, and then you're going to take the 9.5-inch piece and you're going to tuck it on top of the flap. Otherwise, you'll close your flap up in your tuck. On top of your flap, you put this. And then we're going to glue this down. Okay? Make sure you glue along the bottom. I made the mistake on my prototype of not gluing the bottom, and then it just passes through to the other side. Because I'm used to, like, when you glue something down at a fold, the fold closes the bottom. But that's only if you're gluing it to itself. And I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. So we're going to glue the top and the bottom and along the end of this. And we're going to make sure that's nice and snug and glue that down. Okay. So far, so good. Remember, we're going to do 2 of these, so we'll go through this one more time. Hopefully this won't take too long. I would like to decorate one of them, and I have some stuff. Okay, where my glue seeped out, my flappy bit stuck. Okay, I think. all the glue that seeps out and gets along the edges, it like makes everything stick together. So I'm trying to. Okay, so that's that, right? Now this closes like this, okay? And this closes like that. And then you get your little booklet. Well, in here, we're going to glue this piece down. I didn't snip that one. Oh well. Okay, so we're going to glue this piece. I just filled my glue bottle, so now it's like running like crazy, and it's giving me a lot of glue. That's why I'm having so much seeping issues. Okay. Okay. All right, so that's the front tucks. That's the tucks under the front flap. Right here. Okay. Now for this one, here's our flap. For this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down as a pocket. Maybe. Yeah. I'm going to glue it down as a pocket. I feel like it needs something. It's like to break this up. You know what would be really fun is if you have a coordinating paper pad, you can do these with, like, cut two pieces at once and then mix and match. Maybe we can do that and see how it looks, depending on how much time this takes. So I need to stop hemming and hawing. I'm just going to glue this down as a pocket, and I'll worry about the other in the decorating. You could probably use some ink or something to help separate it from its same. So there's that, and that's one done. Okay, so we open it up here and we have two tucks. We open this and we have a flip, and we have a pocket here and a tuck here. Okay, and that makes our little book. And I think these are adorable. All right, so that's the one with the pocket in the back. Let's try it again. You ready? We're going to do it again. 12-inch piece of paper, decide which way you want to cut it. Now, for this one, I want, because this paper has lines on it on this side, I want these lines to go this way in my book so they can be used for writing on. So I'm actually going to turn it so that I'm cutting along the vertical lines this way so that my lines will sit horizontal in the book. And we're going to go to 6 inches and we're going to cut it, just like we did the other one. Why does that feel off? I don't want it to be off because then the pages don't connect right. Okay. All right. Now, we are going to turn our papers this way. All right. Again, I'm going to make, my score line ended up being, my dotted line ended up being out on the edge. Okay, the other thing we need to do, remember, is take one of them and cut it to 9.5. Okay, so we have a 6 by 12 and we're going to make a 9.5 by 12. No, sorry, a 9.5 by 6. So we want a 9.5 by 6, and then it ends up making a 2.5 by 6 inch flap that we will use. Okay, so I'm going to cut that off there. And we have our flap. We have our 9-inch 9.5 inch piece and our 12 inch piece. Okay, let me get my scoreboard out. We'll do our scoring and then we'll put this book together. I'm trying to run through this one a little faster, guys, because I would like to be able to get to decorating one of them. At least one of them. Okay, so if we take the little piece, we score it at 1/2 inch. I know this is a different order. It happens to be the way they are sitting over here. Okay. This is your 9.5 inch piece. Your 9.5 inch piece gets scored at 4. And it's 7.5. Okay. Four and 7.5. Okay, and then our 12 inch piece gets scored at 2.5, 7, and 10.25. Okay. And we're just going ahead and getting all of our score lines creased so that we're ready to go and put this book together. All right, let me put my scoreboard away and we'll get to gluing. All right, so remember, we want to take our 12 inch piece. This piece here is going to be a tuck. I love it when I do that. Fold this out and fold this tuck back like that. Ooh, this paper had a bit of a, might fold some washi over that or something. All right, and we're going to do our folds. Get my sheet of my napkin here. And we're going to glue this. This is a very light cardstock that I'm using. It's also the brand they sell at Walmart. Is it Paper Block? Yeah. It's that brand they sell at Walmart. I think you can get it online too, but they sell it at Walmart. So it's having a little, I don't know, crisis. Okay, so that's that piece. Now we're going to bring this piece back, and this is when we're going to attach our flap. You can do this either way. I mean, it doesn't really matter. However you put it, it's gonna blend with something. So like here it blends with that. I might not, I don't know. And this way it's gonna blend when I put it together anyway. So it's all up to you as to which way you want the pattern flipping. I'm gonna glue it down like this. This paper seems to weaken when you score it a little bit, so I don't want to be too fussy with it. Okay. Run it down there. All right, so we're putting our flippy bit down. So this is on the 9. This is on the 12-inch piece that we just made a tuck. We're attaching the flippy bit at the other end, okay, at that first crease. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take our 9-inch piece. Sorry, I keep saying that. It's 9.5. If you cut it 9.5, you didn't do it wrong. And we're going to put the end inside this fold so that it lands right there and this can fold over it. Okay? And don't forget to put glue along the end. Let me not forget to round my corners on this at this time. I like the rounded corners on the ends of the tucks and on the tops of pockets and things. I don't know, it looks finished or something to me. So we're going to go right along the bottom here. Like I said, the flow on my glue right now, because I just filled it, is very fast. So I keep getting a lot of glue. Which of course means a lot of seeping. All right, so let's put that down. Push all the glue out that way and down the bottom. Let's see if we can't wipe it off of there, because I know I'm going to go like this and it's going to be stuck somewhere. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Okay, so as I was saying, this flip, if I didn't turn it around, it matches this way. If I hadn't turned it around, it would have matched this way. So it's either way you do it, it's going to match something, because you only got two sides to your paper. Now you could always, this could be one of the pieces that you trade out of your book so that this doesn't match at all. All right, so for this one, we just need to do this cover flap. Remember, the book goes like this. So this inside this front flap, we need to make this, we need to glue this down, right? I feel like I'm over explaining or something. Sorry, not my intent. I just want to make sure that I'm explaining enough. And I suppose, you know, being that it's a video, you can always pause it, stop, go back, repeat things, you know, whatever you need to do. As a matter of fact, I will also link Liz's video in my description box so that you can go watch her make this as well. Okay, and then we're leaving this as a flip out. Okay, so that's the second version of this. Now, the one I'm going to decorate, I don't have decorations ready for the two we just made. The one I was going to decorate was this one. We'll see how far we get. This is one of the ones with the flip out. I struggled finding stuff to decorate this teal. This was a weird combo to me. That's why I made my prototype out of it, because it's this beige stripes on one side and then this turquoise with the greenery on the other. And it was kind of weird to me. So we are going to see if I remember what I was going to do. This is going to be a double pocket. So what we're going to do is we're going to, how wide is this? I know I'm making a mess of this. I'm sorry, guys. It's probably very confusing. Should be 4.5 inches, right? Hopefully. Okay, so we need to cut this at 4.5 inches. Maybe a little less, just to make sure it fits inside the fold. Yeah. Okay. I like to cut them. I also like to do a clip. Let me see if I've got my... I've got my 2-inch. It's kind of big, but I feel like it's better than not having any, at least in my opinion. Okay, and then we're going to glue this down as a pocket. And I use the term decorating loosely, by the way. Okay, so now we have a pocket in there, and that works. All right. Okay, and then we're going to do, I'm going to make a 4-inch strip, 4.5-inch strip, sorry, with this. One, two, three, 4.5. And I don't, isn't that interesting? And I don't want this to come up as far. So this is going to be a second pocket on here, and it's only going to be 2 inches tall, maybe. Let's cut 2 inches and see what we get. Like that. Yeah, that'd be cute. So I hope you guys like these. And obviously, going into the decorating part of it, I'm using, I'm breaking down more 12 by 12 paper, but, you know, I use the whole piece to make the booklet, so I had to pull decorating from somewhere. Okay, and that gives us a pocket here. Well, yep, pocket there. Is there glue in that? But why is that? Okay. So yeah, cute. And then on here, I was going to put a belly band, and I was actually going to use this. So let's cut it about 1 inch wide, maybe a little wider. What's 1 inch? Oh, let's do 1 1/4. Okay. And then this booklet is only 6 inches tall, right? I know I could probably just clip this with scissors, but I would still have to mark it or something, so I might as well just... And then that'll go on there like that, and you have a little belly band. Now, this belly band is supposed to be in here. But the tuck is also supposed to be out there. So, do I want to curve the edges on the belly band? I don't think so. I think we'll just leave them. Holy cow. I mean, it won't come out and then all of a sudden it gushes. Like, seriously? I don't need that much. Okay. I'm going to put that right on there. All right, and that's got a little belly band on it. Now, you can also, I mean, you can, of course, you can keep going with the decorating. So, I mean, you've got, uh-oh, did I push that over too far? That's not good. you've got space in here to decorate, not necessarily with belly bands or whatever. And then you've got this piece here, which could use decorating. Now, for some reason, I don't know if you can see that. For some reason, my paper did not line up right. So I have places where it's not even. But anyway, yeah, so this was my latest 12 by 12 idea. I hope you guys liked this. Like I said, I will link Liz's video in the description box below, and I hope you'll go check her out, and I hope you guys will come back and see some of the other 12 by 12 projects that I find as I'm rummaging around on YouTube that I really like, and go back and see the ones that I posted before this if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye.